What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josh FX. Welcome back to another YouTube video. So guys, if you are new to this channel, make sure you do the necessary. Make sure you hit the subscription buttons because I'm going to be dropping more educative video concerning forex trading. So guys, today I want to talk about why you should never trust your own mind during trading. Why you should never trust your own mind during trading. Now, one of the uh, things that I had to find out the hard way was that my mind was really working against me, that my mind and trading were not compatible. I will explain later. Like my mind was setting it was setting the stage for failure for me whenever I was trading. Yeah, and that was how that's how I came to realize later that my mind was actually working against me. And what I had to do now was trying now to change my thoughts, change my beliefs, and now work against my own mind. That's why they usually say that trading is usually a simple a reflection of who you are as a person. Now, for you to survive in this type of environment is for I usually even tell my students that never trust your own mind. Do always the opposite of whatever your mind tells you to do. Do everything opposite because once you finish this video and once you learn about how your mind usually programs you to failure or why your mind tricks you to do the to do mistakes or to do the opposite of what you have needed to do, then you realize that the only thing that has been holding you back is actually your own mind. Your own mind has been the biggest enemy for you to becoming a profitable forex trader. So I hope you guys will pay so much attention to this video because it's a very important psychological video to help you improve your psychology as a trader. So I hope you guys you will subscribe and you have already subscribed before we begin. So we shall start with the with the mind basically. So I don't want to confuse you guys, but we have a mind and we have a brain. But in this case scenario, I will just compress it into one. But those two things are different. We have a mind and we have a brain. I hope by that point we are together. But for just for the context of this video, we are going to combine them to be one. Okay, so I will call the mind and the brain the same thing, basically. So we have two parts of the brain. We have the conscious part of the brain and we have the subconscious part of the brain. Now, the conscious part of the brain, it mainly involves logic, and it usually uses past experiences to judge future experiences. It cannot know anything that comes from the future or anything that is new. What it tends to do, it only uses past occurrences, things that you have done in the past. Then now it tends to judge this new moment or this new opportunity using past experiences. You see that now that's the cautious part of the brain, and it's usually the most active part during the day and during the most of the time when we are trading. Then you have the subconscious part of the brain. Now, this subconscious part of the brain is usually the most unique part of the brain. This is the part where it usually sees things that have not even happened. You see, it doesn't judge using past experiences because it goes beyond time. It goes beyond time. It can see the past and future. That's the subconscious part of the brain. And most of the new ideas that you want to come up with, most of the new things that you want to come up with, they usually come up from the subconscious part of the brain. Now, for the subconscious part of the brain, it needs to be activated for it to be active. But majority of the time, most of the things that we do, it is usually the conscious part of the brain, which this conscious part of the brain is not involved in problem solving. The part that is involved in problem solving is the subconscious part of the brain, which is usually inactive during the day or most of the time. It's usually inactive. So the part that is not usually even responsible for problem solving or judging or doing what is usually the cautious part of the brain, which usually tends to mislead people. Now, this is the part that I'm focusing on. This part of the brain that usually used to lie to me, it used to make me not becoming a profitable forex trader. So I hope you guys now have understand the difference between the cautious part of the brain and the subconscious part of the brain. So I hope up to now we are on the same level. Then now, I've already explained their role and their function, that is. Then uh, as I said, that the cautious part of the brain is usually tends to use past experiences to judge a new opportunity. So there's this case scenario that I use. It happened to me when I was starting not when I started when I was trying to figure out trading. So I had taken a trade on my point of interest. I had defined my point of interest during the learning session. I took this particular trade on that particular session, and it resulted to a loss. You see, it resulted to a loss. Then I was angry, I was frustrated. Then I did not revenge trade. I came back to New York session. Now, New York session time, price came back to the same point of interest that it happened during London session. But and it offered the opportunity. It closed a week by, for me, a week by usually meaning signifying sell as a real. So I was supposed to enter. But when price was approaching my point of interest, now it was my time for me to click sell. I was unable to press sell. I was totally unable. I was like totally paralyzed. I was unable to press that button sell. And the market now tapped into my point of interest and then went and then dropped and went in my direction. Now I was just paralyzed, sitting there and looking at my chart. Why didn't I press the sell button? Why? What happened? What stopped me from pressing the sell button? What happened? Now I'm asking you because I know these experiences have happened to you a lot of many traders out there. Why wasn't I able to press that button sell? Because what was active? It was the cautious part of the brain. This is what stopped me from pressing that sell button because it used the past experiences. It used the last trade that I had, which was London session, and it it much. Wow, how can I put this? Mm, just because I lost the trade that was an London session, now a new opportunity had arisen. But my cautious brain use the experience that I had. Now it now because there was danger, because part of the brain is just simply to protect us against danger. That's what I'm doing. So there was danger and I was hurt during London session. My ego was hurt and everything was hurt. So I I tend to see it like it's danger. Once you see an opportunity as danger or you see the market like it's dangerous, the mind now shuts down and it breaks down defensive mechanism to protect itself against danger. That's what the mind is all. But one thing I had forgotten is this is a new opportunity, and each moment in the market is new and unique. Just because the setup did not work during London session does not mean that it won't work out during New York session, because these two scenarios are different. Even if the edge is similar, even if the edge is it looks similar, it's 100% looks the same as the one that you had in the morning. The one in the morning could fail, but in the afternoon it could still work out. So that's what I want you guys to understand right here. Everything could be the same. This one could work out in the morning, and a New York session could fail. This one could work out so you never know. But the mind usually tends to associate whatever has happened in the past with what is going to happen next. So when I saw the opportunity again on my point of interest, my mind now associated with the pain that I had during London session. So it activated defense mechanism now. That's when now the cautious part of the brain activated defense mechanism. My mind was blank. It went on shutdown. I was paralyzed. I couldn't do anything. So there was that little voice or that little fear in me, unable, that telling me I should never press because I was afraid that what if it happens like it happened. So you see now that is fear. It inflicted fear in me. And what when you inflict fear is you just activate, you just imply that the information that you're looking at it's dangerous. And what if the brain recognizes that this information is dangerous, then it shuts down your brain and you're unable. That's how I missed a good opportunity, because I listened to the conscious part of the brain, and I didn't know the difference between these two types of brains. So I listened to that type of brain. Now, my job as a trader is I'm not supposed to judge any edge or any setup, because the outcome of any trade is out. It's beyond my control. I cannot know the outcome of each single trade. My job as a trader is to simply execute a trade. That is my own job, and that is the job that me and you are supposed to do. You simply execute. The outcome is definitely not in our control. So what I was supposed to do was I was supposed to execute. Whether in the morning it worked or it did not work out, but my mind stopped me from executing because it used past experiences. See, so for you, what I'm telling you right now, whenever you feel like your mind is telling you, do not enter into this trade. This trade can result to a loss. Enter that trade. Go against your own mind. That is what I'm telling you. Do not trust your own mind, because your mind tends to use past experiences to judge on future, on currencies, or new opportunity. Not not bearing in mind that this new opportunity, it's new and unique. We have various variables that maybe they were in the London session right now, in the New York session, they're not available, but your mind doesn't know that. And its main job is just to protect you from getting pained, or from going another through another pain, totally pain. Because when you lose, most of you now lose. Me, if I lose a trade, I don't get any pain. I've gone beyond that. I think it's usually normal at this point. So I'm talking to the majority of you. Whenever you lose a trade and you feel bad, you have a long way to go, but you'll get there. Don't worry, it's part of the chart. Never it Our brain lies to us. Like the scenario I've just given you. Like, there's this scenario. I can come up with a scenario. I think I can come up with a scenario. Okay, let's say you have just placed a trade. You know you have analyzed your market. Then the market comes to you. It comes to you, to your key area or key level, or it comes to your demand zone, and you've already placed your limit order there. Then the trade gets activated. Now, instead of the price going in your direction, it goes towards your stop loss. Now, because you have wrong beliefs about losing, what does your mind tell you? It will limit your perception of what you see. It will limit your eyes, or it will limit whatever you, you see. So instead of you focusing on the market, you will be instead focusing on, what if I lose? So that's what is your mind is telling you. So there's usually, then your mind will tell you, you'll hear like a little voice in your mind telling you that, don't worry, this market is going to it's going to reverse. So you just simply want the market to reverse. So when the market reverses to your entry point, you quickly switch that back. You quickly close the trade, and you say a sign of relief. I'm glad I'm out of that trade. If that has happened to you, then that is your mind lying to you, because you as a trader, you are simply supposed to react, and the trade is supposed to either hit stop loss or your TP level. Anytime you give a sign of relief just because the trade had gone against you, that means you had not accepted the loss, and your mind was lying to you that this trade was going to reverse. So it is going to give you conditions, or to limit your perception, to make you see things which you are not supposed even to see, lying to you that this market is going to reverse and go back to your project. The good thing is, at this case scenario, price went back and this trader got out of the trade. And then magic happens. After you've gotten out of the trade, then the market goes still in your direction. And you now become again frustrated why you went, or why you cancelled that trade. It's your mind that lied to you that you should get out of that trade, because your mind did not want you to get hurt. Your mind did not want you to hurt your ego. Your mind wanted safety for you. That's what I'm telling you. You should always go against your own mind. So there's also this another case scenario. The market is going against you, but you cannot see the market, what is telling you that this trend has already changed, but you cannot see. You're just hoping for the market to reverse, to go in your direction. So you are there holding losses and hoping. Hope is what kills most of traders. There's nothing like hope in trading. There's nothing like hope. Hope is what kills you and kills most of traders. So the market is telling you, the market is it's already going against you, but you are still hoping and still holding. Your mind is telling you, don't close, because when you close, you will hurt yourself. So the mind is just telling you that you shouldn't close this. You shouldn't close this trade. You see. So the trade continues to go in your against your direction, until the point where now you cannot take it anymore. Now you have to close the trade manually, and you end up with a very, very big loss. Instead, you could have just gotten out with the small. So what happened? It's your own mind was protecting you against the pain, but what it ended up with, giving a very, very bigger pain. So we can summarize all of this with, as a trader, you are supposed to execute. That's your job. Whether it is going to work out or not, that's not entirely in your control. Anytime you enter a trade, you should accept this trade can either be a winner or this trade can either be a loser. Those are the two case scenarios that you have. You can never be 100% correct each and every single time. And stop looking for perfection, because perfection is never there in the markets or in this forex trading industry. You will make mistakes. It's okay. It's normal. You're human. So make sure you understand. I hope you guys have understood how the mind works and how the mind usually tends to corrupt you. So do not listen to your mind. Do the opposite of whatever your mind tells you. When the mind tries to talk to you, do not enter this trade. Enter, because that's what you're supposed to do as a trader. This trade is going to be a loss. Okay, but I did whatever I was supposed to. Do. That's what you're supposed to do. The mind is trying to tell you, cut off your profits right now. The market is going to go against your direction. Are you trading your own mind, or are you trading the markets? That is what I'm trying to usually tell even my students. Are you trading your own mind? I thought there's this scenario a person can tell you. If I ask one of my students, why did you close the trade? And he tells me, I thought that the market is going to reverse. So are you trading your own mind, or are you trading the markets? Am I even making sense? Are you trading your own mind? Are you trading what you think, or are you trading the markets? The markets is the one that should be telling you now it's about to reverse or not. So you see, you should never do something just because you thought so. Actually, I didn't put a stop loss because I thought so. My mind told me that it's not going to reverse. I thought it's not going to reverse. So are you trading because of what your mind is telling you, or are you trading the markets? You see, price has not even tapped into your key level area, and you enter the trade just because your mind told you that the trade is going to go without you. Now, are you trading your mind, or are you trading the markets? So I want you guys to focus on trading the markets rather than the mind. Whenever that voice comes in, ask yourself, am I trading the markets, or am I trading my own mind? Most of traders, they don't even know they are trading their own mind instead of the markets, and that's where they all go wrong. Always trade the markets, guys. If the price has not tapped into your key area, it hasn't. So stop trying to force it, or trying to take it here and place it there. There's another example I'll give you. It happened to me personally when I was trying to learn this thing, when I was trying to learn forex trading. Now I had placed my, let's say, my liquidity point there. Price came to my liquidity point, and it's just like 1 inch away. One people, no, not 1 inch. We are talking about forex terms. 1 pip away to tap into my liquidity point, but it didn't tap into my liquidity point, because it's supposed to tap in, then it form a weak sell, but it didn't tap in. Then it didn't tap to my point of. It didn't even tap, but it was only 1 pip away. So what my mind told me is, you have placed this liquidity point at the wrong level. So what you do is just remove where you had placed that liquidity point and just place it above. Yani kidogo tu ifikie tu your candle. Your candle hiyo ifikie tu your candle ndio ikuwe sasa it's a weak sell candlestick. So I was not trading the market. I was trying to force it. My mind was trying to tell me now, do this and do this, so that it can force whatever reality I had wanted in my mind. So I was trading my mind instead of the markets. And most of you traders are doing that. Most of you traders are doing exactly what I'm telling you. You're trading your own mind instead of the market. So focus on the market. If it has not touched, it hasn't touched. If market has not done something, it has not done that. Stop forcing it, or stop listening to your mind to force or to do anything that the market has not done. If the market has not reached to this point, it hasn't reached. Why are you saying that I thought so? I thought it was going to do this and this. Who are you? Are you trading your own mind, or are you trading the market? So guys, I hope you found this video to be very educative. It's been your boy Josh FX, and hope so you'll never listen to your own mind during trading, because that is the conscious part of the brain that is usually active. If you can activate your subconscious part, then well and good to you, because the subconscious part is usually usually the one involved in problem solving. So guys, I hope you found this video to be educative, and make sure you subscribe and hit that subscription button, like, comment and share. Like, comment and share. It's been your boy Joseph.